The Lobster takes place in a world where if an adult is single, whether they haven't found a partner yet, or they've lost a partner, or they've been divorced, or whatever the case may be, they are taken to a place called the hotel. And in the hotel they have 45 days. The hotel is inhabited by men and women. The men are dressed a certain way, the women are dressed a certain way. It's kind of like a penitentiary for lost loves, and you have 45 days to find a life partner. And if you don't in 45 days, you're taken to a thing called the transformation room and turned into an animal of your choice and sent out into the wild, having failed in the quest of finding a significant other.
I think it's a romantic comedy, really, isn't it? I mean, it's a dark romantic comedy, but it's about a man and a woman trying to find love against all odds. It's just not kind of the version where, you know, the girl has a white dress and there are crying bridesmaids, and it's just a different kind of... It's very dark.
There's not a part of it that can't draw your attention. You know, the fact that you're not compatible, you go to live in a hotel. My character was a loner swimmer, but you didn't see me do any swimming. In the original script, I was swimming. So I went and got swimming lessons, and then you don't see me swimming. I can swim, but I can't do a beautiful front crawl. It's a cinematic front crawl. Now I can. So there was any Tarzan parts out there.
The beginning where you see the bus collecting the man, it's instantly, what's wrong with this? It's not quite right. And she's saying, you've got to be ready because the bus is coming to collect you, to take you away, to arrest you. And she's found someone else, and he's not crying. Straight away, it's odd. It's great.
I was very happy and excited that, about the idea of Yorgos writing something to do with the love story or something, that involves couples. And I thought it was, just very funny and scary, of course, but that's what I'm searching in Yorgos' work. He's always, pushing things to the extreme, and it was intense.
Life, really, just observing relationships and people around us, and taking those observations and pushing them a little bit to extremes in order to explore the theme from a different angle.
I had loved Dogtooth, and I just found it so kind of disturbing but affecting, and ultimately just an incredibly engaging experience in the cinema for 2 hours. So when I heard that the director and writer of Dogtooth was making his first English language film, I was excited to read the script, and I read it, and it was just the most peculiar thing I had ever read. It was just so unique, and there was a darkness to it for sure, and a kind of a sinister element involved that was pervasive through the story, but there was also this kind of sweetness amidst all the anarchy and all the moments of violence, and there was a sweetness to it that I found ultimately moving. It was funny as hell as well. It was just an extraordinary script that I'd never read the like of.
I'd seen Alps and Dogtooth, and I approached him and I said, I really want to work with you, and I brought him a script, which he was interested in, and we ended up not making, but he said, I'm writing this film. I didn't have a title yet, and he emailed it to me, and I read it, and I thought it was extraordinary, but I wrote him back and I said, I actually don't know how to play this character, and he actually didn't try and persuade me to do it. He said, okay. And then I thought about it for a few weeks, and I thought, you know what, I just want to work with him. I don't really care that I don't understand the psychology of the character, because there was no real psychology on the page. He writes in a very different way, and then went ahead and did it, and it was scary and fun in equal measure.